Hi everyone, I'm Cathy Baek and welcome to the summer 2014 edition of the Buena Park Today, the city's news and activity guide. On this edition of Buena Park Today, we'll visit some areas where coyotes have been spotted and give tips on how to keep the coyotes away. Then we'll head over to George Bellis Park to cover one of the many public recreational areas where smoking is now prohibited because of the No Smoking Ordinance the city has passed. All that and more, so stay tuned. For years, Buena Park has experienced various coyote activities such as sightings and attacks on pets, and it occurs more during the spring and summer months. They frequently sneak their way through the Edison right-of-way green belt that runs east to west through town. I met with a city official who could give some information on how the city is helping residents deal with this issue. So we're here at Dysinger School in front of the Edison right-of-way at the flower track with Aaron France, who's assistant to the city manager. Hi, Aaron. Good morning.
Good morning, Kathy. How you doing?
Good, good. So tell us about these animals.
Within the last few years, we've had an issue with some urban coyotes in the area, and as you mentioned, we're right here in front of the Edison right-of-way, and they actually use this as a highway to kind of get across town. This is one of the hot spots, and then also the Los Coyotes Country Club area is another area that we see urban coyotes. But they've just kind of learned to adapt to this area, and occasionally we'll receive calls from residents with their concerns.
I actually had an incident where a coyote took my dog. It was like a couple years ago, and I guess what kind of tips can you give to the residents if they spot a coyote like that around your house?
Well, sorry to hear about your dog, but that's not uncommon. We've heard a couple of people every couple years that have lost either a cat or a dog. But some of the tips that residents can actually use is make sure your garbage cans are covered. Make sure you keep small pets indoors. Don't leave pet food out because that actually attracts them to come in and eat the pet food. Also, don't leave small children unattended outside. And just be aware of that they're in the area, especially from dusk to dawn. And then also, in general, if you see a coyote, make sure you scare it away. We don't want them getting comfortable with people. We want them still to fear people. So.
And are there seasons where they come out more often?
Good question, yes. Actually, the spring and summer months are when we see them most, especially from like February to I would say June or July is when we see them most active.
So if they spot a coyote, what should they do? Contact you guys or an animal control?
Yeah, we've actually been working with our animal control authority, SIACA. You can contact them at 714-562-3647. That's our direct line. We do have a dedicated field officer. She's very aware of the issue. We're trying to educate the community more than anything to learn how to coexist with these things. They're here to stay, we've been told, and every city in Orange County is going to have an issue pretty soon if they don't already.
The following are some ways to protect yourself and your family, as well as your pets, against coyote intrusion in your area. Secure garbage bins. Keep small pets indoors. Clear or trim dense shrubs. And always keep coyotes at a distance. These are just a few of the tips. For more information, check page 5 of the Summer 2014 Buena Park Today. The City of Buena Park, in collaboration with American Lung Association, recently adopted an ordinance prohibiting smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes or vapors in all public recreational areas. The City Council adopted the ordinance to help protect residents from unwelcome secondhand smoke when they are in public areas designated for recreational use. The new ordinance is designed to strike a reasonable balance between the needs of those who smoke and those who don't. So we're here at George Bellis Park to do our second story for Buena Park Today, and here with me is Meg Riley, our Community Services Director for the city. Hi, Meg.
Hi.
So tell us about this ordinance.
Yes, in March of 2014, our City Council passed an ordinance that prohibits smoking in recreational areas in our city. And the ordinance does allow for designated areas in the recreational areas, and that would be the parking lots. But a recreational area is defined as our parks, our skate park, our swimming pools, our recreation centers, the dog parks. Smoking is no longer allowed in these areas unless it's a designated area. And the reason why the City Council passed the ordinance was to eliminate secondhand smoke from recreational areas where a lot of adults and children exercise.
So what happens then if people are found smoking in these areas?
They would get a verbal warning. It can amount to a citation with a fine starting at $100 to $500 if they continue to smoke after the verbal warning.
And earlier we saw a sign, so every park now has these signs up?
Every park with a parking area, because that's the designated smoking area, is the parking lots, a certain section of the parking lot. And when I designated the smoking area, I tried to keep it away from areas where people exercise. So let's put it this way, I wouldn't have designated a smoking area near the playground equipment.
And can you maybe tell us name some of the parks? Give us examples of.
Sure, Bellis Park is one of our big parks, Boiserank Park. That's where we have our summer concerts. And we were getting complaints about people smoking during the concert. So this ordinance is really going to help during those concert events.
And I understand that you guys have seminars coming up for smoking, non-smoking.
Oh, yes, we're going to have smoking cessation seminars. One is going to be in July, and the next cessation class is going to be in August.
And if people wanted to contact you more information about this ordinance, who can they contact?
Yeah, they can call the Community Services Department at 714-562-3860.
And I understand that you guys also had an event here last year, or earlier this year, I should say. So can you tell us more about that?
Sure. The American Lung Association was very instrumental in helping us get this ordinance passed. And what they did was they sponsored a cleanup event here at Bellis Park in January of this year. And maybe Amanda from the American Lung Association can talk a little bit more about that.
Hi, Amanda. So tell us more about the event.
Thanks for having me. So here at George Bellis Park, we had a park cleanup. So we picked up cigarette butts and all trash that was left around the park, and we called the event Trash the Ash. So what we really wanted to do was kick off this discussion with the City Council of smoking in recreational areas in these parks where people try to get healthy. So we teamed up with the Community Action Partnership of Orange County, who work with community members in this area who come to the parks to get active and fight obesity. So they didn't want to be exposed to secondhand smoke in these parks. So we teamed up and we picked up over 978 cigarette butts in just about an hour. So it is definitely an issue, and the parks always look amazing thanks to Meg's staff, but unfortunately it just becomes more and more an issue. So we have dogs eating these types of cigarette butts. We have the children picking them up because they're lower to the ground. So we really wanted to get the message out there, make it a fun event for families to get active, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
So we were talking earlier, and you were telling me that there's other cities that are following the footsteps of Buena Park and the ordinance. Can you tell us about the other cities that are doing it?
Yeah, sure. So Buena Park was about 325 or so municipalities that have already done it, but because Buena Park took the step in March, actually a week after it passed in this city, Laguna Niguel decided that they wanted to have a conversation in their city as well, because they thought their residents deserved protections from secondhand smoke and wanted to keep their parks protected and beautiful. So they're in the process right now of adopting a similar policy. It'll be 100% smoke-free, including e-cigarettes, like the policy here. And we're hoping it'll pass within the next week and be adopted.
Great. So tell us, I guess, more about secondhand smoke, the facts about it, the dangers of it, maybe touch upon that.
Sure. So secondhand smoke, as we all know, is a deadly substance. It's harmful at any level. According to the Surgeon General, there is no safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke. So we've known that for many years. And actually in 2006, the California Air Resources Board classified tobacco smoke as a toxic air contaminant, which also on the list are formaldehyde, asbestos, just to name a few. And secondhand smoke kills over 60,000 Americans every year. So we definitely want to protect our children and prevent people from having to go to the hospital because they're asthmatic, and any whiff of that secondhand smoke can really kill them. In addition, these types of policies in parks and other public places really help support people that want to quit, because we know that about 70% of current smokers actually are trying to quit. So we want to support them in their process. So I'm really happy to hear that the Department of Community Services is preventing or helping people quit by having these cessation classes in the community.
Great, Amanda. So if people wanted to find out more information, who can they contact?
People can contact me at amanda.knitter@lung.org. My number is 714-933-1011 because I'm the advocacy manager for all of Orange County. So I'm happy to answer any questions about secondhand smoke, smoke-free policies, or anything else related to lung health.
And do you guys have a website as well?
Yes, we do. It's American Lung Association in California, so just go ahead and look that up and it'll bring you right to our website.
Great, thank you. And Meg, going back to smoking, can you tell us what kinds of, like the vapors, what kind of smoking are you guys really talking about in the ordinance?
Right, the ordinance defines cigarette smoke or secondhand smoke would come from cigarettes, pipes, hookah pipes, e-cigarettes. So it covers all smoking materials. And, once again, I just want to say thank you so much to Amanda. She was very instrumental in helping us get this ordinance passed by the City Council.
Thank you so much, both of you guys. This will be really helpful, to keep Buena Park a cleaner city and a smoke-free city. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Not only is this ordinance a great way to help limit the effects of secondhand smoke exposure in our public parks, but it'll also maintain a cleaner environment for Buena Park residents. And if you've noticed patriotic banners hanging along La Palma Avenue, they are to honor local veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice in wars and conflicts dating back to 1943. Each banner displays, 20 in all, gives the names of our soldiers, the branches of service, and the year they were lost. They went up for Memorial Day, and they'll be up every May and Veterans Day in November. Thank you all veterans of the United States Armed Forces. And before we go, there's a few things we'd like you to know about. Are you looking for summer fun for your kids to do this summer? From June 16th through August 8th, bring them to your local park for a free drop-in program. Daily activities are planned for children 6 to 12 years of age and include games, crafts, sports, and special events. Visit buenapark.com for more information or call 714-562-3860. The West Orange County Regional Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the Taste of West Orange County Tabletop Business and Auto Dealer Expo on Thursday, July 31st from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel. For more information or to purchase tickets, call 714-484-1420 or visit the Chamber website. Buena Park Civic Theater and Palmer Productions is proud to present Forever Plaid, August 8th through 30th at the Ehlers Recreation Center. Bring the whole family to watch the fun production. It's that time of the year again. City of Buena Park Community Services will be holding the summer concert series at Boiserank Park. These 6 free concerts are held from June 11 to July 16th every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. The 20th Annual Super Senior Saturday will be held August 23rd at the Ehlers Senior Center. Meet over 80 exhibitors with services for seniors and boomers. For more information, visit bplegacy.org. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Buena Park Today Summer 2014. I'm Cathy Baek. We'll see you next time.